Yesterday, Edwin Sifuna sat down for a tell-all interview with Yvonne Okwara. In fact, here he is on his way to the interview. Now, in this video, I want to walk you through some of the highlights from the legend himself. And so with no further ado, let's get after it. Number one, we've seen Oburu, Odinga and Oket Salah running around telling ODM members to Linda ground. It's actually a slogan, Linda ground, that they coined. But guess what? Even their movement is being funded by their sugar daddy, William Ruto. Just listening to this expose from Edwin Sifuna.
The money and the resources you see being spent in those ODM rallies, the so-called Linda ground, those monies are not coming from ODM headquarters.
Where are they coming from?
You will ask them. Because for me, this is what I'm telling you. This is what I'm telling you. I can only account for monies that, because I'm a signatory to the bank accounts. Forget this rubbish you hear people saying here. Timothy Bosire, the treasurer, is a signatory to the bank accounts. The last money we expended as ODM officially was for the celebrations in Mombasa. And it was a fraction of what we saw there. So I am telling you, I know for a fact, there is parallel funding for activities clothed in ODM colors. And they go around running around saying they are ODM delegates.
For sure, when men stand to speak, ODM members must sit down, because this party was funded by Uhuru Kenyatta ahead of the 2022 election. It is now being funded by William Ruto ahead of the 2027 election. Yet they want to make fun of Rigiji when he goes abroad to raise money from Kenyans in diaspora. That's total hogwash. Chama ambayo ni ya wanaume ni chama ambayo inasimama na supporters wao. If a party is truly popular, there should be several billionaires who believe in that party. And they're the ones who should collect this sum and bring it to the party leader and the party leadership structure for them to organize rallies, hire PA systems, fuel their convoys, and so on and so forth. But this party is being funded by William Ruto. How are they doing all these political activities without touching the bank account ya ODM, of which Sifuna is a signatory? You will not withdraw anything without Sifuna signing. And to the best of his knowledge, those funds have not changed. Mutakuaje na 40 million kwa account, bado imebaki tu 40 million na munaendelea kufanya activities. How are you doing those activities? So it is shameful that the taxpayer thought ni UDA pekee which is leeching on their paid taxes, only to turn around and find out pia ODM imejiingiza pale. Unajua ni kama ile busa yenye watu wanaweka straw. Huku UDA inavuta, unapata ODM wamekuja kupitia Oburu Odinga, wamerusha straw, pia wao wanavuta. Who else has their straw dipped in that particular pot? Anavuta busa. Those are questions we need to have answered, and it is good Sifuna has raised it. The next time someone like Junet, someone like Wanga, someone like Osotsi, all these people who are in the upper echelon of ODM are called for an interview, they should be asked those questions. Number two, Sifuna was asked to explain if he knows Mr. Oket, and this is what he had to say in response.
SG, do you know Oket Salah? He seems to be getting a lot of attention from the death of Baba. And I've seen a Twitter account purporting to be his, also saying some things about you.
You know, first, as I said, for as long as you're a member of ODM, even a member of the public, by the way, because as I said, ODM is a publicly funded political party. As a leader in that party, any member of the public is allowed to criticize Sifuna as SG. There's no problem with that. I don't quite remember when I first saw this gentleman, but I do remember taking note of him on the day that Baba died. As I told you, in the morning we all headed to Mama Aida's home. And I remember when the president had already come in. And they were in the middle of, I think he was passing his condolences to Mama Aida. And there was commotion. Somebody just burst in and everybody was in shock. And that was my formal introduction to Oket Salah. Yeah.
It seems to me that Oket is a master at grabbing attention. Because if he could wait for Sifuna, Ruto, and all the other leaders to converge at Karen, then he bursts in through the front door as the last fellow to arrive, then he's very talented. It is no wonder he is grabbing national headlines everywhere he goes. I mean, this was his big moment to shine, and he seized it for sure. Again, let me just reiterate that he's a master of grabbing attention, milking bonga points, and seizing the moment, just as Sifuna has explained elaborately. Do I fault the man for doing it? No. They say opportunity knocks once in a lifetime, and lightning doesn't strike the same place twice. So how many times in our lives will you find yourself next to Raila Odinga, and then he ends up passing 24 hours after spending time with you, and you find that you're the fellow with all the pictures and videos of Raila's final moments? It rarely happens. So he seized the moment. He has used that to launch himself into the political space. If it works out for him, all the best. Mimi sina ubaya, but Sifuna just made it clear that that is when he met Oket. He wasn't a pertinent figure in Raila Odinga's life as far as everybody else was in the know. Number 3, Sifuna was asked by Yvonne if he's a 2-term goon or a 1-term patriotic citizen, and this is what he had to say in response.
You know where I belong. Mimi ni wa one term, proudly so. And it is because, as you have seen here, the party has not made any decision to support William Ruto in 2027. This is why the Central Committee said they will talk with different political formations. That is the position of the party. So, democracy dictates that people have views on things. I cannot begrudge anyone who thinks that supporting William Ruto is the best thing. And I like some of them, by the way, because they have come out boldly to say, after Raila died, my party leader is now so-and-so. They have said it openly, which is what actually democracy requires. And nobody can begrudge you for taking that position. But also, don't feel bad when people take positions that are opposed to yours.
I for one have said it time and time again. Anybody who is kwa pande ya two term, na wewe hausupply simiti kwa hii mambo ya housing, hausupply ballast, wewe si contractor, in short, there is no way you are making some monetary gain from this government, then you are definitely deluded. Only people with self-serving interests are allowed to say two term. Because hata tukikuja tuone unasema two term na wewe ndo una supply simiti kwa ile housing project pale Mukuru ama wapi, we'll say hata kama tukuungi mkono, at least wewe si mtu umepotea network, there's a way you are benefiting. But you are seated on a rock, you have no job. Unadanganywa ati unafinya computer inatoa pesa na bado unasema two term. Now that is a lost fellow. Winnie Odinga told us that Thika Road has two destinations. If you turn left, you go to DCI headquarters. If you turn right, you go to Mathare. So I don't know, mtu wa two term anafaa ende a record crimes za hii serikali kwa DCI ama aende check up ama anze check up ndo I don't know which is which, but either way, you truly cannot be saying two term under such conditions. Now, I'm not rubbishing the president's team and what they've done. All I'm saying is, if we are to give them a scorecard today, it would be D-, unless there is something they can do in between now and elections to change people's minds. The ball is in their court. They have to do something in between now and elections to change people's minds. When I say people, I mean 75% of Kenyans. Subject, of course, to subsidy by some goons kwa hii commission ambayo iliekwa juzi. But anywho, that's just my take on the matter, guys. Let's see what Kenyans on next have to say about this. And I quote, Engineer Mwenya, HSC, said, ask Sifuna whether he supports the appointment of Mama Ida Odinga. A very critical question. I wish this was asked. Clinton, why not, said, even in 2022, he never saw Ruto winning. Is referring to Sifuna. He even said he would leave Kenya, but he's still here. Murea Collins said, Edwin Sifuna, no youthful politician has ever broken heavens politically by being under sitting government's wings. You must pave your way against the government to remain politically relevant. 63 Not S1 said, in 2022, he said he would relocate to another country if Ruto was to be elected. The idiot swallowed his words and coiled his tail. I see him repeating the same mistake. Bonapi Happy said, although I had made up my mind on who to vote for in the 2027 general election, as the president of Kenya long before, I like the way Edwin Sifuna articulates his issues based on ODM's constitution. Now, what say you guys? Do drop me your comments in the section below and I'll do best to read them and to give you a response. So with that, here today's ads of the day. If you're looking to import clean cars from Japan, UK, Thailand, Australia, or South Africa, look no farther from Manani Imports. We're talking 15 years in the game with thousands of positive reviews. Now here's the interesting bit. Manani Imports have experts who will carefully load your car into a sealed container, receive it at the port, counter-check quality, and ultimately deliver to your doorstep. Customer service can't get any better than this, and guess what? It's all at an affordable rate. To get started on your journey to own a clean automobile, call or WhatsApp Manani Imports at 0793 687 678 or visit their social handles on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok at Manani Imports.
Right now, I'm with my team headed to a client's house in Ruiru for consultation. That is to take measurements of the windows, go through our catalog with the client, and then once they decide on the color and the fabric they want, we'll get busy sewing, and at long last, the curtains installation will be on us. So if you're looking for curtains, shears, curtain rods, curtain accessories, reach out to Phoenix Curtains and Interior Decor and we will sort you out. Call us on 0724 414153.
Thank you for choosing David Wafula as your primary news platform. We put countless hours in research, recording, and editing. By showing up each and every day to watch our videos, you encourage us to generate more videos for the viewers. We are on a mission to inform, educate, and build a better tomorrow. To our thousands of followers in a world full of presidents, kings, and queens, you are the real gem. Adios.